Hello everybody, and today we are going to be playing some Orzhov Food Gates. So this is a deck made by Resh and they went 5-0 in the MTGO leagues pretty recently. And this is a deck that combines the food package and the gate package with the Basilisk Gate, which is your main win condition. You also have 3 familiars along with the nutrient block. This is a new card that made this deck possible, 4 Lembases and 2 of the carrot cakes as well. They're playing 3 of the Glinhawks. I think your main target is the Refurbished Familiar, but you can bounce the Lembas or the cake and you are pretty happy about that as well. They're playing 6 heart removal spells, 2 Traben Charm and 4 cast downs, and there are many ways to actually draw cards with the offerings, the insights, and even 2 village rights in there. Since they're playing the gate package, they found space for the Sacred Cat, which I think is really nice, especially against decks like Mono Red Burn, and they're playing some recursion with the Blood Fountain. They're probably looking to use that mostly on the Familiar and the Glinhawk, so this is pretty nice. And there are some really nice choices in the sideboard as well. We can see 4 Sunlands. This is a sorcerer lightning bolt that can target a non-white creature. I think this is very nice if you don't have the access to red, since it's a 1 mana removal that can be really handy against most decks in the format. 1 more of the Traben Charms, 3 Dust to Dust against all the affinities, very important. 2 Fairy Macabre, I think this is good against Spy and Dredge. I think mostly Spy, right? 2 Arms of Hadar against all the smaller decks, 1 Gang Shinobi for the grindier matchups like Jund or maybe the Affinity decks, and 2 Nihila Spellbombs. You know, they play 1 in the main deck, so they've decided to add 2 more, mostly against the Dredge or Spy decks. So let's see how this deck actually works in practice, and let's jump into the games. Okay, so the very first game against Narbat, we do go first, which is always nice. And I would say hand is actually pretty good. We have a lot of removal, the Black Dragon Gate can serve as some fixing. So let's keep this one. Alright, they keep 7 as well, so let's go for the Black Dragon Gate and say white. We will say go. It can be turned to Lembas. It can also be a Sacred Cat. Okay, they bogus. I'm glad they did so right now. Find another gate. I think I'm maybe for the gate here, since we have a land for next turn as well. We can play the Sacred Cat to have some board presence very early on. We will choose black, add white and play the cat. Okay, they paid 2 life for a Wall Scourge. Interesting. So this could be some very aggressive mono black deck. They go for a second bog. Interesting. I'm not really sure what to think. It looks like mono black since they're playing the bogs, right? Okay, we find a Cauldron Familiar, which is quite nice. I think we could go Familiar into Lembas. We will attack first with the cat though. Obviously we would love this trade here. I think we are not going to use the cast down yet. Let's play the Familiar and we will go for the gate and Lembas it up. What are we trying to find? I mean, land would be nice, cat is fine. We can use a Lembas next turn if we want as well. I do like the cat, I think, in this matchup, especially with 3 gates on the board already. Let's keep that on top and draw it, and we can go ahead and pass the turn to them. Okay, yeah, it does look like a mono black deck. I'm just not sure what the Scourge is doing in there, but maybe it's like more aggressive version. That's a really cool swamp though from Zednikar. Okay, they go Black Mage's Rod, interesting. We could use cast down on that. I'm not the biggest fan, but it's definitely a possibility, right? Okay, they don't even attack here, that's fair. We do find another Sacred Cat. So are we willing to attack? I think we are. And I think we are going to chill with the cast downs. I'm not, like, obviously this can ping some, but then we have the Sacred Cat to actually make sure we offset that damage. They double block. If they have something like Village Rights, it does make sense. If they don't, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, they mostly just let it through. We go to 23, and then I guess it's time for a Lembas, right? We want this land drop really badly. Find the Refurb. I mean, Refurb is nice. We have only 2 artifacts. I think we will bottom try to find a land. We do find a Heap Gate. That's great. So we could either use a cast down or go for a Sacred Cat. I think if we go for the cat, it basically makes sure they can't really attack with the rod. So I will go for the cat here. A bit inefficient, right, with the mana, but I think it's the right play anyway. I would like to save the cast down for something more important. Blood Fountain. Okay. They go Refurb. Yep. So we will discard the Sacred Cat. They hit us for 1 in the air, that's fine. What I love about this deck is how easily you can buff your cat, and it just makes you so hard to kill, right? I mean, I would love a land drop here, but I'm not sure how much can we afford that. I don't think we really can. How many artifacts do we have? So we could go cat and buff the Sacred Cat as well. Keep Refurb for next turn. I think I like that a lot. So let's buff the Sacred Cat first. I don't think they can have a removal right now. I mean, that's a 5/5 cat with lifelink. That's kind of scary, right? We can go to attacks and then we will cast the cat. We will attack with everything. I'm not afraid on this life total at all. We want to pressure. And then we will play the cat from the graveyard. If they have something like a spell bomb or one more bog, right? They go for the capsule. Okay, well, interesting. This is actually nice because they can kill whatever we target with a gate. That's pretty good. They don't attack. It does make sense. We find the vault, which makes sure we can cast the familiar for only 1 mana. That's nice. So I think we will save some cast downs here. I think we will attack with, well, probably just everything. If they want to block, they can. If they want to use the capsule, they can do that as well. Okay, they actually use it without us really buffing the cat with anything. So that's really nice. We will go for the refurb here. Awesome. They discard an insight, not even close to playing that. And we have 2 cast downs ready, so we can use that if we want. They go for a Lembas, that's no problem, I think. We could also use a cast down in response and actually kill something. I'm not really afraid of the pingers though. I think I will kill the Wall Scourge. But before they play a land, if they find it, I think I want to actually just kill the Scourge right now, right? I don't like the lifelink if they are on 5. Sweet. We can also just sacrifice the Lembas. Yeah, we win the first game. I mean, it's a lot to deal with the Sacred Cats, not gonna lie. So I'm not sure how many artifact lands are they playing. Dust to Dust could be pretty good, although I'm not sure how good really is that. They seem to be playing a lot of small creatures, so maybe we could replace like 2 cast down with 2 Sunlands. And they seem to be pretty grindy as well. I would like to get rid of 1 Glinthawk, bring 1 Spellbomb, and then get rid of the Offering, bring another Spellbomb. And I'm not sure how good is the Dust to Dust against them. Arms of Hadar seem pretty good. They play a lot of 1/1s and whatnot. 1 Charm, 2 more Hawks. We will bring 1 Arms, 1 Gang, and 1 Dust to Dust. See how that does for us. Okay, so yet again we find a pretty decent hand. We need some ways to draw cards, but I think we can get that decently soon. Let's keep. We do go second as well, which means we will maybe find some things. Okay, they go for a vault. Now I wish I sideboarded more of Dust to Dusts. Let's go for the tapped Citadel Gate or black. Okay, find a cake. I mean, we can play cake, right? Let's go Heap Gate and play the cake. Find the Insight. I mean, I like Insight a lot, to be honest. I think that's pretty awesome. We can put that on top. We need some cards for sure. We can go Familiar plus Insight next turn if you really want to, right? They play 1 more Darksteel Citadel, just say go. Okay, so we draw the Insight here. I will attack first. Alright, we will go for the Familiar here. We will end step Insight, but I don't know if he should target the cake or the Familiar. I'm not honestly sure at all. We'll play the Vault because it's the only black source in our hand, and we are going to say go. I think we will use it on the cake, to be honest. They actually fanatical offering away a land. That's really bad for them. I think they are flooded, like really badly. They go for Wellspring, sure. And Vault Scourge. Okay, I think we will use the Sunlands on that end step. So we will use the Insight on the cake. We're going to scry 1, find the Village Rites. Do I like Village Rites here? I think I actually do. Let's put it on top. Find the Heap Gate. Okay, Carrot Cake, that's good. So, what's happening here? We are definitely using the Sunlands, right? That's happening always. And then we could go for a cake with the Heap Gate. So I think we are actually playing the Basilisk Gate. We will play a Carrot Cake, so we will do it like that. Play the cake, and we will pass the turn here. Let's see what we have on top. We have an Offering. I mean, we already have the Village Rites. I don't think we need more of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I think there's actually not enough draw. So let's say we draw some bad cards with the Village Rites. The Offering could be a nice fallback. So we will keep this on top. It's not bad. We will pass the turn. So they go ahead and play a land and wipe the board with Drown in Sorrow. That's good for them, of course. But it's everything they will do. We can actually go for the Familiar and drain them. Then we can use the Village Rites, but we will draw a Fanatical Offering very soon. So I think I will keep the Carrot Cake as it is right now. Okay, here we have the Offering. So I guess we can just main phase Offering the cake. Find the Lembas. I mean, that's more ways to draw cards and ways to recur the Familiar. I don't think that's bad. Let's leave that on top, I guess. Okay, find an Ancient then. So we can go for a Lembas plus Familiar. That seems pretty sweet. Let's go Lembas. We have land, so we are looking for some non-land cards now. Wow. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of ways to draw cards. I don't think I'm mad at that actually in matchups like these, right? Let's leave that on top for fun. And we could play the Familiar or Village Rites the Rabbit. I mean, let's play the Familiar. We can Village Rites later. We'll drain them for 1 and we are gonna go and say go. Yeah, the card draw is pretty sick in this deck, not gonna lie, I like it a lot. They go for a Wellspring first, okay. They go Refurb, that's fine. I think we will discard the Ancient then here. They go Mirror Enforcer. Ooh, it starts to get pretty scary here. I think I would actually like to get rid of the Lembas and get back the Familiar now. Find another Lembas, sure. So let's play a Basilisk Gate. We could try and buff one of the Fams if we really wanted to. I think we can. Let's buff one of the Familiars. We will do 1 and let's say 2. If they have a cast down, they will use it now. We will use Village Rites in response. They have it, beautiful. So we will Village Rites it in response. Find a refurb, very fair. Only 2 artifacts if I'm not mistaken. So we could play the refurb straight up right now. I think that's fine. Okay, they discard a swamp. And we are gonna go and say go. They bargain the Wellspring, sure. They explore with a map token, find a Darksteel Citadel and play a Black Mage's Rod. So we need some removal here for sure. And Dust to Dust is really good against them. I'm glad I know now. Okay, they used the Den. I mean, they used the Bohuka Bok. That's good for them. I would like to sneak in an Okiba gang if possible. That would be sick. We have the Offering too. I think we can safely just attack with everything. Okay, they will go for a full trade. So we will just Offering, right? The Familiar, they will trade with the rest. Very happy. Okay, Sacred Cats are awesome. So we can play only one of the cats, which is fine. No, actually, we can play both, right? So the play here is to play one cat, play a second cat, so that if they cast down one, the other one lives. Play a Black Dragon Gate on white. And then I guess we will use one map token on the cat. Why not? Find a vault. Beautiful. Okay, so they equip the Rod to the Enforcer and they bargain away. I'm not sure what did they bargain right now. Oh, the Wellspring. Right. And they play a Black Mage's Rod. Okay. They decide to go to attacks. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think we will get the life back very, very shortly. We find another Sacred Cat. Okay. Before we really do anything, I want to go for... We could activate the gate thing twice and then we are actually in a great shape. We have the mana to do that for sure. So, I mean, let's do it. Why not? And we will play the Vault first so that we can play the cat afterwards. So we have 2 7/7s. That's gonna be a lot of life. Oh, we actually have a gate here too. I completely forgot. So we can play a Lembas instead. That's good. Yeah, we hit them for 14. They go to 1. That's pretty insane. So we can go for a Lembas set up for next turn. We could also go for a cat too, but I think we are not in the danger of dying, or at least I hope. We could actually kill them this turn because we could bring back the Familiar by sacrificing the Lembas. Awesome. 2-0 against what looked like a mono black Affinity probably. Okay, so we actually go second here, and this is pretty good if we draw a second land, but I don't want to rely on that, so we'll mulligan. I mean, yeah, it's pretty similar as the hand before. Let's mulligan. Okay, let's keep. What do we have here? So we have a cat, we have a Familiar. I think we can go with like that, probably. Gate, yeah. We go for an Ornithopter, so this is a fast deck, probably. Great Furnace, Ornithopter, and a Springleaf Drum. Okay, they passed the turn. Interesting. So we can go for a Black Dragon Gate on white and pass as well. Mistwell Bridge, so it's Grixis. It could be Spinner, to be honest. Still no use for the Topter. Oh, okay, Blast the Face. Okay, so they are looking to go really fast, it looks like. And Blast the Face again. Wow, sure, you know, fine. So we can go for the cat, play Vault of Whispers, go for the Familiar. This is some life gain, should, you know, help us against the Galvanic Blast Onslaught here. Go for a Vault Scourge, okay. They tap the Scourge and blast us for the 3rd time in a row, okay. Wow. Lembas. Do we like Lembas more than the Offering? I think we actually do, right? So we can just like double attack, they block, go to 10. We could actually go Offering on the Familiar though, and then we could explore, which is nice. So I think we are gonna do that. Let's Offering the Familiar. We will explore the cat. I guess I could have done that before to actually gain more life, but that's fine. We find another cat. That's not bad at all. Okay, we do find land, Lembas. Lembas would normally be pretty weird, but with the Familiar in play, I don't really mind another Lembas. Although we already have one, I think that's more than enough. Let's say, okay, keep it. I was on the verge here, you know, but I think more food to gain more life is always nice. They hit us for 1 with a Scourge. Okay, Familiar, interesting. So we could go Lembas Sacred Cat. Let's run to Lembas first. Scribe and draw. We don't need a land at all now. Find a Trabon Charm is good, We can even play that right now if you really want to. Let's actually, we have 2 artifacts. So we will play Swamp and we will attack. If they try to bolt it, we will Trabon Charm the Vault Scourge, I think. That's fine. So let's see what their last card is. We will go for a Refurbished Familiar then. Was a Teamer Battle Rage. Looks like we dodged the bullet there. Oh, they just drew a refurb. Okay. I mean, Sacred Cat all the way. No attacks. Okay. Find a nutrient block, which is awesome. We could also use the Basilisk Gate if we really wanted to and start gaining back some life. I think I'm for that. So let's choose white and buff up the cat. They have no cards, so it should work all the way. Awesome. Let's attack for 7. We are on the offense now. If they want to block, they want to block. It's perfectly fine. Okay, we go to 16. Then we will play the nutrient block. And I think somewhere in the process, we will just use the familiar, sacrifice the nutrient block, right? We win the first game, yeah. So it looks like Grixis or Rakdos, but very aggressive with Temur Battle Rage. That's interesting. So I'm not a fan of the Glenhawks in general. We can bring some Sunlances and remove like 2 cast downs. Dust to Dust seems actually insane against them now that I think about it. Let's get rid of some Village Rites, maybe like 1 Blood Fountain, bring Dust to Dusts. Yeah, let's actually bring back the Fountain. Arms of Hadar seem pretty good. Let's cast down and bring 2 arms, shall be nice. They seem to be playing a lot of small creatures. I'm not sure if they play something like a Mirror Enforcer in the deck. I would think maybe, but we didn't really see it, so it depends what they fit into this deck. Oh, but this is nice. This hand is good. Let's keep. It's very interesting how you can fit a refurb into a deck about gates like this by playing some Lembases, the Blood Fountains, and the Artifact lands as well. Because obviously it's an awesome card, right? Okay, they run the bridge. Find the Sacred Cat. That's good. We will go for white on the Black Dragon Gate. And by the way, I know you guys have been asking about leaks very often. And do not worry, it's work in progress. There will be a platform where I will make sure to upload some league playthroughs with our favorite decks. But obviously now I'm trying to upload most days or every day if possible. So there is not really that much time to record a full league gameplay, but it will definitely come. They went for a Chromatic Star plus a Springleaf Drum. So, you know, very interesting. A lot of artifacts. We can go for a Citadel Gate and play the Sacred Cat. I think that's pretty nice in general. Next turn we can play a tapped land and go for the Lembas or something. Or the Gate and play Lembas plus Familiar. That's good. So let's go black on the Citadel Gate and we will go for the Sacred Cat as well. I think I would have that rather than the Cauldron Familiar, since if they don't play creature we can start gaining some life. We go for Thoughtcast, alright. It seems like the core is dimmer, but they are also laying a little bit of a red for the Temur Battle Rage and some bridges to make sure they have some artifact lands as well very consistently. And the Citadel Gate, sure. I think we will attack first here. I think we will play the Basilisk Gate and go for Lembas. And then a 1-drop, probably the Familiar, right? We have enough lands. It could be a Fountain as well. I do like the Fountain. I will keep that on top, but I think we'll play the Familiar first. Next turn we can play a Refurb for only 1 mana, which is, you know, obviously awesome. Yeah, here is the bridge, Ginger Brood, the old art, and this one is much more like scary and disturbing, I guess. The newer one is much more Disney-like. They go for a Wedding Invitation, so they're playing the Invitation, Temur Battle Rage, package, dealing a lot of damage. If they attack, we are blocking with a Familiar instantly. No attacks here, okay. We find another Refurb, which is actually good, like very good. So I guess we can attack first. I mean, we could run a Lembas instead of the Blood Fountain, right? Oh, but then we can't play the Refurb. Okay, so we have to go Blood Fountain here. And let's run the Refurb too. I think we will use the Basilisk Gate for the Blood Token here. Maybe discarding one of the gates, trying to find some more action. They discard a Vault Scourge, that's good for us. I think I did forget to play a land this turn. Yeah, I definitely did forget that. Not sure why I forgot, but yeah, we should afford lands. So I made the game a little bit harder for myself. And this never happens when I play in real life. It's just sometimes on PC, oh, it's Hunger of the Nim deck, okay. So we could be dead, like genuinely dead, okay. Yeah, and they have Temur Battle Rage. Although that's only 20 damage. I mean, I say only, it's a lot obviously, but yeah, that's very explosive. Luckily we had the Sacred Cat there, so that's good for us. Find a Heap Gate, that's nice. Let's play a Refurb first. Obviously should have 4 lands, and I didn't even crack the Blood Token, but that's fine. We can play a Heap Gate and actually buff something now. And that something will be the Sacred Cat. We are obviously afraid of them having more damage. Since we are only on 3 life, we will attack with, I think, everything. Go back to 8. So that's what's going on. Hunger of Nim, interesting. Okay, we will discard a Citadel Gate, no problem. What I love about the gate decks is that when you have nothing to play, you can always buff your creature, and it's usually super impactful, right? Since the Sacred Cat is just the MVP of all the gate decks here. The Embalm is so powerful, and then the Lifelink is just a cherry on top, very good against these aggressive decks. So that's 2-0 versus something that looked like a Grixis, like very aggressive Hunger of Nim deck. It was really cool. Alright guys, we are back with the conclusion, and deck was amazing, like genuinely amazing. The only thing in question here is if we really need to play the Glinthawks. You know, you could swap the Glinthawks for some artifacts. I do get that returning the Cake or the Lembas or the Refurb is a pretty good deal, but I would maybe like to see, you know, like one more Cake or one more Spellbomb or something like that, since I didn't really get a good use of the Hawk in those games, since I usually just use the sacrifice effects like the Insight or the Offering to sacrifice the Cake, right? But other than that, this deck is extremely solid. The Cat is the carry with the gates, you gain so much life using it, and the Familiar is awesome, especially with the Nutrient block, since you can just sacrifice it with the Familiar and draw a card immediately. That's pretty awesome. The artifact count is surprisingly awesome, and this deck does a really good job of supporting the Refurbished Familiar. It can get really grinded with the Blood Fountains as well, which is always nice. And the sideboard was surprising. Sunlands is a very good card against all those very aggressive decks, you know, mono red and fairies and everything like that. Sunlands does do the job very well. I love the Dust to Dust, obviously a deck like this can afford to play it. The Macabre, we didn't really face a graveyard deck, but if we did, it would be a great addition. And the Gang Shinobi was pretty useful in the very grindy matchups, and Arms of Hadar, again, great against aggressive decks. So would I recommend this deck? Absolutely, I think you can go for it. You could replace the Glinthawks with something, but I don't think you have to. I think the deck works very well like that as well. I think the Blood Fountain gets so much better with the Glinthawks in the deck, so that's definitely a reason to play it as well. The deck is super resilient, it has so much life gain with the Cats, the Drain with the Familiars, the blocks, the Lembases and the Cakes all can be sacrificed and you can gain 3 life, so Burn has a really hard time of beating you down or burning you out with their spells like Galvanic Blast, so that was pretty awesome. So let me know what would you change in a deck like this, leave a comment, how did you like this deck as well, and I will see you soon. Have a great day and bye.